All right, everyone. Welcome to the Unconventional Mindset. Sorry, just making sure everything's going good here. My name is Odum, and thank you for joining me. It is Wednesday, June. What is it? June 19th. Getting later in the month here, or later on in the month. And of course, what we do here is every Monday through Friday, every day, we get together and we live stream right here on YouTube, and we figure out and we get to work on building ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Super looking forward to that. And we're going to continue away and we're going to continue to plugging away at building our component library, which of course is what we sell. And I figured what we do today is just start creating a little bit more components, start getting to the flow of on a weekly basis, we want to just add, kind of more and more components. So I figured today we'll do something that's pretty straightforward here. It's just to kind of make some banner components. And yeah, so I just have Figma open here. And I think it would be a good idea to do things in Figma. And then once we have them in Figma, then we can go ahead and build them in Webflow, because having the Figma file available to people, I think is going to be another value add that we can have for our customers. So I just want to go back here again real quick with pixel pieces, and I'm pretty sure if we go back and look at our components and we view our components, I just want to make sure that our text doesn't like looking at what that text is. Oh, because it's a right, because it's an iframe. I'm pretty sure the font is Inter, but let's have a quick look here. And where is the iframe? iframe. Here we go. Let's look at this site. I just want to do that so I can just set the actual, this is just set to Arial. So it's just kind of the default font. So, right. We're not doing work here anymore. Let's go back to our site here. And look at pixel pieces. If we open up our component library here, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, we don't have a default font set. Okay, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so let's go back here. And I've got to close a few things. Close a few things. Close that. Don't need to save that. All right. So let's get into our banners. And again, can't really zoom in on this view. I think that's okay. All right. So let's start with a frame, and let's go with, I don't know, wireframe, I guess. And I don't know what to call this, but this is just, I think I deleted it. What should we call it? We'll just call it banners, I guess, for now. And right, should we make them full width? I think we might. Before we get started with that, I just want to look at like local styles and local variables. Aren't there ways to be able to, like, I think if we go to the style guide here, if we look at the variables that we have here, I think they're in like a library. So I'd love to be able to copy this over so we can have these styles over. Local variables, right. So we have these here. So we have this as base colors. We have base sizing. We have icons, text size. Okay. Can I take this and put it into another project? That's what I always want to know. So like if I have here, rename create collection. All right, so can we do that? How do we get Figma to import variables. Okay, so Figma import variables from another project. Moving or copying variables, that's what we want. It seems Shift Enter does the trick after selecting a variable. Really? Just like that? Rolando, welcome. How you doing today? Hope everything's going well. Why don't you just clone the base project? That's what I was thinking. But there should be a way to just be able to clone the variables. Because there might be some instances where you just want to pull one simple variable for something. It's like, say you've already started your project and you're deep into it, and you're just like, oh shoot, I remember I have this color palette from this other project and I just want to copy it over. There should be a nice way to do that. Shift Enter though, what does that mean? Shift Enter. That doesn't make much sense to me. Let's close this down. Yeah, let's keep this. I mean, we have this. I wouldn't even know where you'd even copy that. Or maybe you would be, what does this button say? Oh, that's just hide from publishing. Scoping. Right, that's kind of cool. Create collection, no. So that doesn't really answer my question. After selecting a variable, then Shift Enter. Okay, so if I go like this and then I hit Shift Enter, oh, that just duplicates one in here. Okay, that duplicates it within a project, which is not what we want. So how do I delete this? Delete variable. And what if can I copy? New group, duplicate variables, edit variables? No. Okay. I'm pretty sure I did this before as well, but now I can't really remember. Variables can be... Just Control C. I mean, nothing seems to be working here. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't think anything's on my clipboard. Importing them as JSON. Okay. I'll clean up the work, not a huge deal. I don't know if I want to use a plugin for that. If you copy, paste objects different file, the prototype can you work? Right. Well, hang on. Let's just see. Link variables from another file. No, that's the same question. That's the same question. Kevin, how you doing? Maybe you have the answer, since I'm pretty sure you're better at Figma than I am. Is there a way to be able to take variables? Like I have this whole set of variables here in this project, and I want to just copy them over into this one. So basically almost make them like global to the whole, like all my Figma. So I'm just trying to find a way to be able to copy that over. Export, import variables. So it looks like we might have to use a plugin. Export variables from one file to another. It's great for migrating libraries. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. See, there's a plugin. Yeah, it looks like there is a plugin, which kind of sucks that there has to be a plugin for that. But I don't know. Let's give it a try, I guess. So what do we do? Open in. Oh, they're all like these untitled stuff. Okay. Okay, well, let me title this as something so I can know what it is. So we're just going to call this we're going to call it, say, full component library. This is where eventually all our components are going to be. Okay. So let's open this in. Well, I guess maybe we can open it in here. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's opening this in Style Guide. Or sorry, in the browser. Okay, what is it going to do here? Right, so here you go, base color. So let's export that into JSON. Sure, let's just put it here in downloads. Okay, now if we go to, I guess back to files, and then we go to, where's the new one we just opened up? Full component, there it is. And then we got to run this thing, this plugin again. How do we, is it Control P? Okay, and what's it called? Is that the right one? Yes. Oh. Control P. Export, import variables. Select or drop JSON. Okay, so let's go into our downloads, base colors. Okay. So it says it was imported successfully. Oh. Base colors. There we go. Cool. All right. So we have to use the plugin, which kind of sucks, but hey, whatever. Not the end of the world. But here's the thing, though, that does actually suck. So if I do make a change on here, then it's not going to update across all of my projects. I could have sworn that there was a way that you can have some kind of like global variable. Because I'm pretty sure like when you're in here, not comments, whatever. So we have text here. When you're selecting, like if you go into like your libraries, like can it be in like a library? No, I guess this library is still the local colors. Right, that does suck. New styler variable. Maybe there isn't a way to do that. Does it make sense for them to be able to do that? Thinking from an application perspective. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's almost as if like you're doing Webflow and you make colors and you don't really want to transfer your variables from one project to another. I guess I'm thinking it kind of like that. That would be kind of silly. But then again, this isn't making a website. This is building files. But I guess if you're doing projects or multiple projects that are the same, maybe they can live in the same Figma file. Yeah, maybe. Anyways, okay. So whatever. We have this. This is what we wanted. Wanted our colors so we can move forward. Okay. So the way I'm thinking for banners is I'm just literally thinking those small little strips that go ahead. So whether there's a sale that you want people to know about, or just a dismissible menu, or just something for people to subscribe, just whatever you just want to kind of bring up, or even if it's just kind of like a news ticker or whatever the case may be. So just those little kind of things like that. So we could probably design quite a bunch of those. And what I'll do is I'll probably just make them full screen. Yeah, just because. Yeah, because I mean, usually these banners are going full screen. So I guess we're just going to assume that this screen here is across the whole, like a viewport of whatever it is somebody's, designing in. Okay, so let's go maybe 16 times 4. Whoops, that's not right. 16 times 4, 64. That's too big. 16 times 3 is 48. I think that's a good size. Okay. Yeah, the reason why I wanted to have colors is so that if I can go to my library here and I can kind of figure out what will be a good color to put this banner in. So I don't want to use white because let's look at our components here for a second. So let's go back. So Yeah. A lot of stuff is on white. Yeah, so here's the thing. So our components are being viewed on a white banner. So if we have this banner, sorry, on a white banner, on a white background, but if we do our banner and it's just white, how are we going to display it on this page? So I think if we have it as a color, it's going to be a lot better. So, but do we want to just use our default blue color, or do we want to use something different? Or maybe because it is a banner, we just do it as like a gray color. You know, if we have it something like this, and then the text inside would just be white, and then that would be the banner. So, And you know, actually for this very simple one, we're just going to do, this is a very simple banner. Right. And we're going to put this, we're actually just going to put it in a frame. So we're going to make this fixed height. So what do we want? I think it's 16 times 3. And we're going to have it at a fixed width. And that's 1440, I think, is full. Put it in the middle. And we're going to fill it again with our, I think it's with this color. And then our text is going to be white. We want to take our, yeah, so Inter is going to be our default font, and 16 points is going to be that's our default font size. So we have something like this. So again, very, very simple banner here. That's like super simple. But that's what somebody might want. Just a news flash or something. I wonder, well, yeah, so let's just call this one banner 1. Yeah, totally simple. And we definitely want to have something that has like a dismissible element, right? Like an X. I think most of them are going to have that. I wonder if we should put that in all of them. I have seen banners that aren't dismissible, so we do want to have both. Okay, so let's make another one then. And this time, you know, we're gonna have different elements in. How could we design this one? Let's see. Let's go. Where are icons? Huge icons. Let's bring this up. So we need to get ourselves an X. No, here. Right. All right, here we go. Here's our X. Copy and paste that in here. Oh, not in there, but just over here. Okay, this is the actual component of it. We want the actual thing, an instance of it. Okay. So we want to put this in another block, but how should we do it? I think what we need to do, we actually need to duplicate this. Let's duplicate this. So it's banner 2. But can we? No, see, we can't overlay these things, can we? So basically we need to put this on the side, but we don't want it to be part of this flow. Maybe there's no, I don't think there's any way to do that if we're using auto layout. Because we want to keep this text in the middle and everything else not in the middle. So let's try something else. Actually, where did it go? Flip them over. Nope. This is banner 2. You go down here, banner 1. You go here and actually come out of there. Okay. Nope. Get so confused with these layers. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't want it to go inside the layer. Maybe, oh geez, do we have to do maybe a rectangle? Let's see. Do something here. Maybe you guys could let me know if there's something else that I can do this to make it a little bit better. So I want to have, so here's a rectangle, and I want to take this icon, put it here, and yeah, then we basically have our text. This is a banner with a dismiss icon. Basically put that in the middle. Is there any way to do this with auto layout, or do I just have to just eyeball this just how it is? Which I mean is fine, I guess, if that's just the way I have to do it. Yeah, I wonder. Hey, let's delete this. Oops. So we really need to take this one and put this in a group. Is it Shift G? No. Control Shift G? No. What is it? Maybe it's just Alt G. No, Control G. Yeah, there it is. First try. Banner 2. Yeah, I wonder if there's a better way to do that. I don't see anything off the top of my head. Banner background. We'll just call this close. There we go. I want to make sure that when I create these, that they're all basically the same color. And I think, yeah, I think having it, oh, I'm missing neutral 100. Okay, that explains a little bit. Maybe we'll make it just slightly light. We'll make it like neutral 100, and I think that'll be a good color. Let's take a look at our, here's our styling here, neutral 100. And let's go into our variables. Where do we do that? Do we just click here, go into libraries? No, how do we do that? How do we go into our variables? Custom, no, libraries. Is that the button? No, that's not the button. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, you can't be selected on a layer. I do have neutral 100. Is it just not in order? Oh, that's weird. Oh yeah, they're not in order. Interesting. No, neutral 100 is good. Can I rearrange that order? Oh, I can. That's good. Let's do that. Just while we're here. And neutral 400. There we go. Nice. Okay. And then this, what color are we going to go? Go black, or do we go with our neutral 900? I kind of feel like that. This one's kind of nice. Neutral 900 is just a little bit off black. Okay, perfect. And then we'll do the same thing here. Your fill is neutral 100. Your color is, no, that's not it. Neutral 900. All right. Not bad. Now, what other kind of banners can we have? Now, when there's a banner that, say, it has a link, you know, like it'll have click here to find out more, as an example. And we'll just say that this is going to be, specifically, this is going to be like a link, right? And maybe we even want to just underline it. So do we want this to be a different, like an even, like a different component? Again, are we making more components just for the sake of it, or? And that's the question that I have. Is this, you know, someone sees this banner and they see this one, they're like, well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is it has a link. Yeah, I don't know. And then you could even double this one again, where you can create this one up here. So you bring it up here. And this one just doesn't even have a close, right? Can we, oh, that's not what I want to do. Can I change the distance between all four? Oh, I can't do that. Right, like, is that worthy of having 4 different components? It seems a little cheesy to me. But again, if it's easy for the user, it's like, hey, yeah, this is exactly what I want. Copy, paste, away you go. Anyways, maybe, well, we'll just build some here, and then we'll maybe kind of go from there. So another type of banner we might want to have is one that has a subscription form, right? So you can subscribe now. So we're going to copy this one. And we're going to call this one Banner 5. This one's going to be a little bit different because, just because it's going to be different. Subscribe and save like 10% off your first purchase. And then we're going to put in, and here's where we want to put in some inputs. Let's actually go into here. And I wonder if we can we copy an instance? Okay, I don't want the whole thing. I just want an instance. So if I do this, no. How do I get just one instance? I guess if I copy this, no, that's not what I want. I think if I press Alt, there we go. Okay, so now let's X that and let's paste it in here. Okay, so here's our input field, and let's just say type is, it's input, icon state, show left icon. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Right icon, no right icon because it's not a text. And then the placeholder is just going to say your at email address, or your address.com, or maybe you at address.com. So this goes inside the banner, and whoops. What happened to this thing? Did I accidentally change it into like a vector? Okay, I don't want that. Let's put that back into a text. Let's copy, put a text in there. Oh, go here, delete that. Let's say subscribe and save 10% off your next order. Okay, and this banner, I have to make the height quite a bit more because we want to have more padding because of this big input field here. 16 times 4.5. Yeah, I like that. And we need a button. Can I copy this? Just the button? Yes, I can. Very nice. All right. And the button is just going to, let's take a look at this instance, and we just want regular size button. Yeah, regular size button is good. And we want it to, no icons. It's just going to say subscribe. Perfect. So that would be a nice banner. 16 times 5, maybe a little bit thicker. Yeah, that's nice. I'm basically thinking that for every single banner that we have here, you can duplicate one with or without like the close button. It does feel a little bit cheesy because, again, someone could just delete the X button if they don't want it. That's where I think filtering is going to make a pretty big difference too, where when you're in pixel pieces and you start searching for things, especially once we get to a larger number of components, that people can actually be able to kind of filter whether, oh, I want this to have a close icon or not. So like if you're looking at banners and then what are the different options for each of the individual banners, that would be really, really nice. And so like, it's almost like these ones, I need to make these into like actual Figma components as well, right? Like this will be a component and then I'll be like with X icon or not. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of like how this is. But again, I don't know if it should be put in this kind of component. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not sure yet. Okay. Now, if we wanted to duplicate this again, there's a different way that we can display this. We can take these two, Shift A, put that into a frame itself. This is the subscribe form. And then this banner, we put it down like this. And this is going to be much wider, 16 times maybe 7. No. Yeah. I wonder if we state default. What if it's under active? Just to see what that'll look like. Makes it stick out a little bit more, doesn't it? And hover, we'll just make it look a little bit darker. I think we'll just put it at the default state. And we could even duplicate this again. And we can go for this input field. We can duplicate this one. And this one, instead of it being email, it could be first name. Yeah, so this is where right, it's asking for icons locally, but because they're all over here, I don't have access to them. I think it's something like that. Well, let's say no icon, and this one, if we go no icon, I'll be like, enter your name. Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird thinking about designing something, but yet, not bringing it to life in terms of colors and typography and all those kinds of things that you normally do. It's a little bit different, a little bit weird when you're thinking about designing something, but you're creating it as like a blank canvas for some people to be able to easily design once they have the, all the bones in place, go ahead and start putting on the muscle and stuff on there. It's like a different way of thinking about things as you're building. And I know I still haven't forgotten about the fact that I could put in like clothes icons, and I should probably have these clothes icons on here. We'll worry about that in a little bit, not right now. Okay, what other kind of banners do you typically see? So just if there's news, if there's any kind of news items, I see some of them as well too with, can we go to these icons? Can we get like an arrow icon? I want to get an arrow icon. There should be arrows. And this one right here. Let's throw this up here with this one. If we copy something like this, click anywhere on this banner to learn more. And then we'll throw this in here. And that's actually maybe a little bit smaller, something like that. And this guy, get it our neutral 900. Yeah, you see things like this too with an icon beside it. So having the ability to put an icon beside their banner, I think that'll be something people might want. Geez, these are already 8 banners. Well, actually, we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's like 12. We have like 12 different banners. It's interesting to think about, if we spent like 2 weeks just designing components, how many we can pump out even in like a 2-week time period. I mean, there's more to it than this, because once we do it here, then we have to duplicate it again in Webflow. And then when we're in Webflow, we have to add them to the whole library and all that kind of jazz. So that takes a little bit of time. But I mean, it's been 43 minutes, and like 15 minutes was just fiddling around with Figma. And if we already have 12 different components, that's quite a bit. If you think if you can do, a couple dozen a day, wouldn't take long to get to 500 or even to get to 1,000 components. But of course, you got to think about quality. It's not just every component is not equal. Like the mega menu components are a lot more difficult and a lot more work to do than, a dismissible banner. Okay. This icon and link. Okay, what other kind of banners? I know there's like countdown banners, which is kind of cool, where you see how long until something's released or what have you. So we could do something kind of cool like that, where, well, this will be a little bit more involved, but Oh yeah, I think we could do something cool. All right, let's try this for the cool countdown banner. Okay, so we're gonna go 16 times 5. I think it's gonna need to be a little bit wider, taller, I should say. One text. We're gonna call this, I don't know, something like this. And delete that. We're gonna, oh, I did it again. I'm gonna call it days. Okay. This is going to be like the number of days that are, remaining or whatever in terms of the countdown. We're gonna make it pretty thin compared to the text below. We're gonna put this in a layout. So we're gonna put this into, I'm gonna say countdown days. Down below, space between, I don't know, really small, maybe even 0 then. Yeah. Copy, paste. Days. And then I guess hours. 38 hours. No, can't be 38 hours. And this has got to be less than 24. And then we're going to go minutes, 42. Trying to get the same letters or same numbers twice. 42 hours. I'm going to say minutes. And then minutes. And seconds. We haven't used 3 before. Haven't used 9 either. So I haven't used, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't used 5 and 6. That's okay. There's not much we can do about that. Okay. So I want these actually to be a fixed width. In fact, can I do that for all of them? Make it, no. Fixed width. And, oh, what happened? I put them all in the frame. I don't want to do that. Fixed width and mixed, let's say 100. Something like that. And we are going to nope. You need to put in a text, and that's just going to be a colon, which is going to go in between everything. And if we go here, we can bring the distance in quite a bit closer. In fact, maybe let's just make it 0. And maybe these colons, let's change the default color. What color should it even be? Does the blue color make sense? Maybe a secondary color. Oh, I can't hardly see that. Let's go with 400 for right now. And this one, I should have set this first before duplicating them. No, I want this one to be darker, but what color? No, no colors. Again, we're not styling this thing in that way. Hours, minutes, seconds. Nope. Neutral 900, and then these ones. There we go. So that's kind of our countdown. Let's just throw that in a frame. Countdown. So something about grand opening. Coming soon. And library. And what are we? Yeah. Just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. I like that. That's something that somebody can throw up if they're going to open up a store or launch a new product or whatever the case may be, right? You have a little kind of a countdown timer. And what we'll do is I've already built one of these in JavaScript before, so we'll actually provide that code within the banner itself so that, you know, it'll actually just work when people are within Webflow, when they copy and paste it, which will be super cool, I think anyways. All right. Let's think of one more to give us to an even 10. Oh, I guess we're not really at a 10. We're at 7 because these two are the same. I mean, you could have different variations of this. All right, so be a good variation. I would lay this out like this. Now actually maybe put it space apart. And whatever the distance is between these two. I'll be Shift A. That's in its own frame. Whoa. Join us this upcoming Tuesday as we launch our full suite of products. Click here to find out more. And this just needs to be regular text. Oh, I need to select the 16 and regular. Maybe 120%. 30, a little bit more space. And here is going to be a link. Let's just say 380. Yeah, it's not bad. And then you can combine these with a subscribe form. So if I go here, let's copy another one here, and I actually want to take both of these. Can I paste it in there? Yeah, delete, delete. To be the first to know when we go live. All right, countdown timer, links, and just informational. What else could we have for banners? Yeah, you use them in news, like news tickers as well, where things are scrolling. That could be another thing too, where we can have some that have animations, or it can scroll. It can scroll through like a news cycle or something like that. Oh, excuse me. See if we can come up with one more here. Could be something like this, where it's more of a fear of missing out kind of banner. Let's say only, I want to take this number, paste it in here. Only 12 hours left to save 50% off your purchase. Now I'm just thinking of, there's one in Affinity, just the Affinity software we just bought, Affinity Photo. Because they had a banner. Yeah, so like here's their banner, right? Very simple, 50% off everything, shop sale now. So very simple banner right there. But if we did something like this, where you can say only, and then this, there's a kind of like a fancy like number. Click here now or whatever. And we're going to fill this one with, it's going to be blue. And it's going to be underlined. And if we look at this whole thing, and maybe though we'll make this one a little bit smaller. So 16 times. Yeah, I like that. But let's go 13. Only lucky number 13 hours left. Oh, excuse me. Okay, that's fantastic. So I like this. I think this is a really good starting point for like having these banner components. So I think what we'll do is, I think what we're going to do next is we're just literally going to take these and put them into Webflow. So I'll either work on that tonight, or maybe we'll do it again together tomorrow on our live stream. But before this week is done, I mean, it's already Wednesday, but yeah, by tomorrow, we're going to have all these new banners live on Pixel Pieces for you guys to be able to copy and paste and use them, in your own projects. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here for today. About an hour of creativity of just knocking out these banners. And yeah, I think, that's it. That's it. Is there anything I'm missing? I don't think there's anything I'm missing. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I really appreciate all the support, the subscribers, the likes. We're getting very close to 500 subscribers, which is totally amazing. I think we're like only 19 left to get there, which is really awesome. So thank you again for all the support. Very much appreciated. So until tomorrow, have yourself a great night, great rest of your day. Keep plugging away, keep building your business. Do get in touch if there's ever anything that you want to talk about relating to business. I always love to chat about business 24/7. So hit me up on Discord or wherever, and we'll chat. So we'll see you tomorrow.